Hey guys, it's Saga from TechWorks. And yes, the wait is over. My Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 got delivered late yesterday, and here's my unboxing and initial impressions about it. Asus Zenfone Max Pro M2 is quite a mouthful, so for this video, I'm just going to call it the Max Pro M2. This phone is a successor of the very popular Zenfone Max Pro M1, which actually just came out in May of this year. So it looks like Asus is also adopting the half-yearly update cycle. This time Asus went with a black box, and I think it looks much better than the white and blue box that the Max Pro M1 came in. I went with the blue colored phone with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of built-in storage. It's also available in 3GB RAM and 32GB storage and 6GB RAM and 64GB storage variant. I think the 4GB RAM variant for 14,999 rupees strikes the best balance and is a good value for your money. Now as you slide open this cover, we have this envelope saying "We love photo." Asus said this with the Max Pro M1 as well. But in my opinion, camera was one of the weakest features of that phone. This time, they seem to have included good set of cameras, and we will definitely put that to test in one of our upcoming videos. Moving ahead, this envelope contains SIM tray removal pin, some paperwork with warranty and regulatory information, and a thin, transparent TPU case. It's nice to see Asus include a case this time. We then have the phone in this wrap, which lets you know some information like that the phone is running on Snapdragon 660 processor, packs in a mammoth 5000 mAh battery in a phone which isn't too thick or heavy, and this is one of the only phones in this price segment which comes with a Gorilla Glass 6 protection for the display. I don't know how Asus managed to give all of this at a starting price of 12,999 rupees, but just like with the Max Pro M1, they are trying to shake up the entire segment with this phone. I know you all want to get a glimpse of the phone, but let's keep it aside for a few moments while we take a look at other things in the box. There is a USB Type-A to micro USB cable for charging and data transfer, so no USB-C port on this phone is a bit disappointing. Then we just have the standard 10W charger, nothing too fancy here. Now let's keep all these things aside and get back to the phone itself. Right at the first glance, you can tell that the phone looks much better than the Zenfone Max Pro M1. There is this glass-like reflective finish to the back with Asus branding under the fingerprint sensor and a vertical dual camera setup. I said glass-like finish because the back panel is not made of glass and Asus did not mention the actual material. But if I had to guess, I would say it's made of plastic, and it definitely gathers a lot of fingerprints. The phone feels really nice in the hand. It packs in a mammoth 5000 mAh battery, but it is not too thick or heavy. In fact, it actually feels lighter compared to some of the other devices that I have been using in the last few weeks. This frame around the device is definitely made of plastic. It would have been nice to see some metal around here to make the device feel more robust. It's a glossy, shiny plastic, so we will have to wait and see how it holds up against scratches from everyday wear. Before we move on to the front, let's look at the ports and buttons. Top is pretty clean with just one noise cancelling microphone. On the right, we have the volume and power buttons which are made of plastic, but they are pretty tactile. Then at the bottom we have a single downward firing speaker. It's a 5-magnet speaker with a dedicated NXP smart amplifier, so you can expect good and loud audio from this phone. Besides that, there is a micro USB port for charging and data transfer and a 3.5mm audio jack. On the left side, we have the SIM card tray, and this is the kind of SIM card tray that I really like. You can use 2 nano SIM cards and 1 micro SD card at the same time, so you no longer need to choose between more storage or another SIM card like you might have to do on other phones having hybrid SIM tray. Now at the front, you get a huge 6.3-inch IPS LCD screen with a small notch at the top. This notch is much smaller compared to the one on the Redmi Note 6 Pro. They have moved the earpiece speaker above the notch, and this grill also houses the notification LED. Although the notch is small, it still has a 13-megapixel selfie camera, ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, and an LED flash for your low-light selfies. The display itself is covered by Gorilla Glass 6, which is a big deal since Max Pro M2 is the only phone in this segment offering this kind of protection. Other than these physical updates, Max Pro M2 also gets a few much needed hardware upgrades. For starters, the fingerprint sensor at the back is now much faster. Now this was my number one complaint with the Zenfone Max Pro M1. No matter how many software updates Asus sent to improve it, the fingerprint sensor on the Max Pro M1 was much slower than any other smartphones that I have tested in over the past year. We then have improved cameras, both at the front and back. At the back, we now get a 12-megapixel primary camera with f1.8 aperture. Asus has used the Sony IMX486 sensor. Secondary camera has a 5-megapixel depth sensor and it helps to capture depth information for portrait shots. There is a 13 megapixel camera at the front, and according to ASUS, this should perform much better compared to the one on the Zenfone Max Pro M1. It seems there are a lot of options in the camera app, including portrait and AI modes. But we will dig deep into each of these in our dedicated camera review of this phone. On the inside, processor has also been upgraded to Snapdragon 660 compared to the Snapdragon 636 on Max Pro M1. This processor comes with Kryo 260 cores and it is coupled with Adreno 512 GPU. It is available in 3, 4 and 6GB RAM options, and storage wise, you get to choose between 32 or 64GB of built-in storage with an option to expand it anytime via a microSD card. All of this combined with stock Android operating system means that this phone will just fly through most of the things that you throw at it, and day-to-day performance should not be an issue. Right now it is running on Android 8.1 Oreo, but ASUS has promised an Android Pie update for this phone sometime in early 2019. ASUS has been very prompt with software updates for the Max Pro M1, so I believe they would do the same with this phone as well. With all these internal and external upgrades, ASUS seems to have again stepped up the game for all its competitors. I will have to test the camera on this phone and will have more to say about it in the coming videos, but other than that, this Zenfone Max Pro M2 seems like a much better option when compared to the Redmi Note 6 Pro, at least when you are looking just at the specifications. We have both these phones in the studio, so if you want me to make any specific videos about these two phones, then let me know about it in the comments. Alright, this was just supposed to be the unboxing and my initial impressions about this phone, which if you haven't guessed it until now, are really positive. I will be using this phone for the next few days and maybe make a video about how my experience has been with it in the first 48 hours. Hit the like button if you guys would like to see that video. So that is it for this video guys. If there is any specific video that you want me to make about this phone, then let me know about it in the comments. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more quality tech videos like this. You can also check out some of the other videos from this channel. This has been Sagar and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.